Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Talking Nerds. And I do apologize for how last week didn't end, really. We didn't really end the podcast. It's some technical difficulties on my end. So
We did end, but not the way that we intended.
yes, it was kind of more like all right, and then it. So yeah. But I got it all figured out. I had it all figured out in the end. So it was just 11 o'clock at night. So
What happened?
well, we were trying to play a game and it was downloaded and then it wasn't downloaded and it was 70 gigs. So
Sheesh.
yeah. But anyways, more on that later. Welcome back from Thanksgiving. How was everybody's Thanksgiving?
It's fantastic.
Good. Lots of good food.
What'd you all eat?
Turkey with actual stuffing. Like not, not just like stuffing that you just buy and, you make in the oven or something. Like we actually cooked it in the turkey.
Oh, yeah.
The best way to have stuffing.
Right. Yeah, I had stuffing too, and it was really good because it had sausage in it, like bits of sausage. It was fantastic.
Nice.
I'm not a big stuffing guy.
Yeah,
but I'm a big turkey guy. I know that's kind of hot take because people are like, "Ooh, it's too dry." I like
no,
it.
if you do it right,
So.
it's juicy, but it's just not. I always expect to be eating chicken, and I'm not. It's turkey. It just doesn't taste as good. It's kind of gamier in a way. It's weird.
Well, the dark meat.
What makes turkey is the gravy.
Yes, I agree with that.
That makes or breaks turkey.
You gotta slather it in gravy. It's gotta be
right. But my all-time fave Thanksgiving at the table, mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah. Easy. Mashed potatoes and gravy. And I
cornbread.
Oh yeah.
I had some killer cornbread pudding, which is basically just like softer cornbread.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. We don't do cornbread. Well, neither does Angela's family. My mom makes these dinner rolls with like the top is buttered and then dipped in cinnamon and sugar.
So like Texas Roadhouse style.
Yeah, but not like it's not like a cinnamon butter. It's like butter at the top just so the cinnamon can stick to it, and then it like dries. She lets it dry, so it's almost like we call them cinnamon rolls, but they're not cinnamon rolls. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's like one of my favorite, but that's just because they're sweet.
Now I'm hungry again.
Nice. Yeah.
Thanksgiving is like the best meal of the year. It's so good. I love Thanksgiving.
It is. Yeah.
Had some classic pies, some pumpkin pie with some ice cream on top. That was great. Apple pie. All the pies. And some stouts. I had some good stouts for Thanksgiving.
Nice. Was that at Trevor's?
No, I was out in Geneseo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I did get to try the leftovers though from our aunt and uncle's, and always cooks the prime rib. It's fantastic. It's so good.
Yeah.
I just ate a bunch of meat leftovers, no sides, just meat, and it was great.
Yeah.
So what Angela's doing is she got the carcass from her parents, and she's gonna make a bone broth.
Oh yeah,
like a carcass broth to make turkey soup. Oh, I'm so ready for that.
Yep, bone broth.
That's great. Turkey soup.
Yep, so perfect time of year for that. It's cold out now. So
and snowing.
Where
we are.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Was it snowing in PA when you were driving back? No.
A tiny bit. We didn't really hit big snow until Indiana.
Okay.
Which was good. But
yeah, it snowed Sunday. I think, right? Yeah, Sunday morning. Yep. So, yeah, it's always special when you wake up and it's there's just snow all over the place. You're like, yes,
Yeah.
Christmas.
Unless your car is like a freaking popsicle because you left it for a week. And
yeah, there's that.
I was scraping it this morning and I broke my scraper because the ice was so hard.
When I was in high school, I didn't have one, and I used a old pop can, and I scraped my window. It was not good. It worked, but it scraped the window. It was bad.
That's dumb.
Yeah. You just use a pop can. It was bad.
See the videos of those people using hot water?
Yep. Classic.
Yeah.
On their doors. I love it when they do it on the door handles. Have you seen the ones where it's on, Teslas, the door handle's like inside the car? So it's like impossible for them to open their car. That's like
Oh, wow. Another downside of electric
another downside
vehicles.
of electric cars, What if your battery dies? You're screwed. So, anyways, yeah, so Thanksgiving's great. We got a few more weeks till Christmas. Have you guys started listening to Christmas
bring
music
out the
yet?
hams. Oh yeah, I always wait till after Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh yeah. Like dinner
Yeah.
itself, once you're done
Yeah.
eating, you go listen to Christmas music.
Yeah, usually because it's
Nice.
because I like it. I like Christmas. I really like Christmas music, but
Yeah.
I don't care for it before Thanksgiving.
Neither do I.
So because I like it, I do it right after Thanksgiving dinner.
I like it, but it's not my favorite music in the world, so I don't listen to it a ton.
No,
But
but it's just good for the soul.
It's good
in
for
the Christmas
vibes.
season.
Yeah.
We kicked it off this year with some Christmas trap.
yeah,
It's pretty cool stuff.
nice.
There you go.
Lauren was into that.
For some reason this year, I'm really into Christmas trap.
Oh.
Some of them.
I like 116 is like a Christian rap group. They have a great Christmas album that I always listen to, and gotta listen to Reliant K's Christmas album every single year. 12 Days of Christmas. It's a classic. Honestly, the whole album's
Sleigh
great.
Ride.
Yeah, I'm getting nothing for Christmas. Classic. But honestly, I like Christmas movies more than Christmas songs. So this is what I try to get
Not
into
gonna
this
lie.
one year.
You could probably take my man card for this. Some Hallmark movies are okay
Mm.
during Christmas.
Oh no,
Some.
I can't
Not
agree
all.
with that.
I know that I'll see enough, so I'm not anxious to get into that season.
No, neither am I. I'm not like shopping for them, but like
Yeah.
I'll watch one. You know?
So, is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not?
Oh, absolutely.
We talked about this, I think, before on here. But
Maybe. It's its
tend
own
to-
category.
I tend to lean more not a Christmas movie, but I understand people's arguments. I just don't think it's primarily a Christmas movie. It's more of
Well, I
It's
guess
kinda-
it comes down to what are the criteria for a Christmas movie.
the theme. The
Right.
general theme is Christmas. You know?
Well, I would say the general theme. Oh, you mean of a Christmas movie?
Yes.
The general theme is Christmas, right? And that's why it's kind of a hybrid. It's kind of its own category because it involves so much Christmas, but the main plot is not about Christmas. And it's kind of like Home Alone in a way. I mean, the main plot is the kid's defending his home. It's not really Christmas, but it's a
Yeah.
Christmas movie kind of.
But
He's doing it during Christmas.
But he
Yeah.
got the only reason he's there is because he got left behind on Christmas. So it's
Right.
his
And the
other
spending his
reason-
Christmas
the-
at home.
That doesn't qualify the movie to be about Christmas. That's just the day in which it happened.
By the way, this is
Attaboy.
fantastic.
That's one
Wow.
of my favorites.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we'll save that debate. In a couple weeks, we're going to be doing our favorite Christmas movies. So
The Die Hard Christmas debate.
yes, so we will save that debate for then. But tonight, I'm going to go last for my week. So you guys, whoever wants to go first, can go ahead. But
I'll kick it off.
okay.
Started playing a game. We already said the game, right?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did.
Okay, Remnant 2. Started playing
Yes.
Remnant 2. Didn't get too far, but I did a little dabble because Biggie decided that he didn't want to wait.
I did not.
So he's like,
I have a confession.
He's like, I have a confession to make, and I was like, you went ahead, didn't you?
Yes.
He's like, oh, most definitely. And I was like, all right. So I dabbled around a little bit the other night. Not too much. I don't think I even caught up to you. I was that first area, just like killing robots and running around.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it.
Yeah, it's unique. It's fun. I'm excited to get into it. I also got Battlefield 2042
on sale.
I did. I got it on sale for like what, $10 was it?
Something like that. I bought 4 games last week for like $40 altogether. It was fantastic.
Steam Autumn sale. It's crazy. I think it actually ends today.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so get in there before it gets out. There were some great games in there.
A lot of great deals.
Like up to 75 to 90% off on certain games.
Like old Black Friday deals back in the day, you know?
Yeah, that's something to talk about. So yeah, I started getting into those. I did finish Attack on Titan. I need to catch up on some shows that a new season came out on, so I'm no longer caught up. One of those is Goblin Slayer.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm so excited for My Hero Academia to come out with their new season.
Yeah, I'm about to start that actually.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Is it? Didn't Shield Hero get a 3rd season recently, or was it already out?
I'm not sure. I haven't watched that one.
Oh, I thought you watched that one. Never mind.
No. But yeah. So, also we still have to talk about Demon Slayer, right?
Yes,
we're gonna have our anime episode coming up soon.
Hopefully the week before Christmas or something like that.
Okay.
So
yeah. So that'll be good. We'll catch up on those. And then this is gonna kind of tie into what we're gonna talk about here. But started watching some certain series that is prevalent during this time of year. But we'll get into that when we get into rewatchable movies that we keep going back to.
Oh. I have no idea what he's talking about, but
you do know what I'm talking about. You just hasn't hit home yet.
Okay. Well,
it's very popular to watch these during this time of year.
Oh, Harry Potter?
Oh, no.
I will not. I will neither confirm or deny.
Oh, did you say movies or TV show?
Movies.
Oh,
movies.
I thought you said TV show. I'm like, what are you talking about? What TV show is good to watch around this time of year? Okay, yeah.
For sure. Mandalorian, actually.
Yeah.
The space western.
Sure.
You do not know.
Obviously.
No. So we'll get into that because I started
the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Every year since
every year. Yep. It came out last year, I think, actually. So.
Yeah, I know. So that's what I've been up to.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Nick?
Well, I guess it's been a couple weeks. So, yeah, I was out in the old PA, Pennsylvania, for Thanksgiving to visit the in-laws. So, didn't find any good bourbon finds in Ohio, unfortunately. They have their
so there really is nothing
their state
good
controlled.
In Ohio.
Yeah, that is a good thing about Ohio, is that they're state controlled with their liquor, so you can look up on their website for liquor if a store has something or not. Okay. So you don't have to go there to find out necessarily.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing worth stopping for.
Right.
I've also been binging Invincible.
Oh yeah.
Finished the first season.
Let's go.
I'm in the middle of episode 3 of season 2 now.
All right, so there's only 4 episodes out, so you're practically caught up then. You'll be caught up by next week.
Yeah, I will.
Awesome. But, Tyler, you gotta get on it.
I know. But I mean, I'm caught up from 1, so I just have to do the new ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have seen season 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about it then. What do you think?
So I wrote some good things and I wrote some bad things.
Okay.
I'll start with the bad things. Ton of well, okay, not a ton, not as many as other shows, but there are a bunch of social justice references.
Yeah.
There's stuff about
that changes
like,
in season 2 actually. A lot.
For the better or
For
worse?
the better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like somebody made a comment about women's studies or something. I don't remember.
Was it Amber?
And
or maybe it was the gay best friend. Was it the gay best friend?
It could have been.
Okay.
that was uncomfortable to watch that episode.
Which one? It's been a long time since I've seen season 1, so.
It was at the university where they went up there to meet that one guy that his best friend was in love with.
Oh yes, that's right. I do remember that vaguely, but
the guy got turned into one of those
yes.
weird Cyclops things.
That's right.
Humanoids.
I love this show. It's so brutal. It just like slaps out of nowhere. You know, people are just like brutally die, like viciously die. just like nothing. The Viltrumites are awesome. Gosh. I'm on their side. Let them conquer. You know, they're cool.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of some of the kills, but I don't know if some of them are in season 2, so I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, there's some brutal kills.
There hasn't been a ton so far in season 2, but the most recent episode, definitely. And did you watch? You said you watched episode 3.
I'm halfway through it, but okay. I did watch the first half with
Alan the alien. Okay, all right,
Yep, with Alan.
Yep, there's some brutal stuff in that episode. So I'm very excited for Tyler to watch this, but it's great. It's fantastic. It only gets. I've read pretty far into the comics. It gets even more brutal and even more messed up. It's insane.
I'm sure.
So
I mean, they've been dealing with one Viltrumite.
They haven't even gotten to the worst ones yet. They have not even gotten to the worst ones.
Yeah, I feel like this is it's becoming more. I haven't seen season 2, but from what you're saying, it sounds like it becomes more like The Boys.
Oh yeah, it's honestly
I've never watched
more brutal than The Boys, I would say.
Yeah, just because it's
Homelander. Because Homelander has to hold back a little bit. You know, Omni-Man doesn't. So
yeah.
Also, they did show one character in season 2 that I know is a brutal character, and I was like, oh no. They show this guy, and like they haven't done anything with him yet, but once he like goes full like battle ready, it's gonna be awesome. I won't spoil it. I can't even tell you.
4, or?
No, he's in episode 2, I think, 2 or 3. I can't spoil it because you'll know exactly which character I'm talking about. But
interesting.
Yeah. So
very
cool things.
And then I think his friend Rick had like a German flag, which is like, okay, maybe he's just German, but it's like, okay, why?
Which one was German? Or Rick, the gay best friend?
Rick, that was the the gay best friend's lover.
Boyfriend. Yes.
Yeah.
Lover in the nighttime.
Yeah. Mechanical lover now, but okay, so but the cool things, first off, the intro, every time they do the intro, I love how more blood is
it gets bloodier and bloodier every time. They don't do that.
That was pretty awesome.
They do that kind of in season 2, but not so much, I guess. It's not the same. It's not the same pattern. So
right. And the soundtrack is pretty good. I like all the music for the most part. And in the season 1, I don't think he's in season 2 so far. The Damien Darkblood or Damien Dark something. The demon who's like a private eye.
Oh yeah, he's kind of like Hexagon.
Dead.
Yeah. Yes.
He's like Hexagon.
No, that's not his. It's Is that his name? Dang, I feel a bad DC fan right now.
Yeah.
Demon. You could say that. Yes, he's kind of like a mix between that. Demon from DC Comics. Etrigan the demon.
Etrigan, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of mixed between him and Deadman from DC as well.
Dead Man.
Dead Man,
Okay, I don't know him as
DC Comics. Because he can turn invisible, right?
Basically.
Yeah,
It's
so-
like he's only seen at some certain points.
Right. So Dead Man
Oh,
is an
yeah.
invisible superhero. From
Right,
DC.
I know
So he's
him,
kind of
yeah,
like a
okay.
mix between the two of them. So, and
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
Detective Chimp in a way too. He's an amalgamation of a bunch
Mhm.
of characters. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's a cool character. I forgot about him.
He was a cool character. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess this character is in season 2, but the Theodos guy, who's part of the council,
Which one's him?
he's got the, does he have a beard? I can't remember now. He wears the robe. He's like the head of that council.
Oh, the
of the
Optimus
planet.
Prime.
Yeah, it's Optimus. It's Peter
Yeah.
Cullen. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was like, that's not, is that Optimus? I was like, that's gotta be Optimus.
That's Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
As soon as I
overall,
heard his, I'm
really
like,
good show.
Optimus Prime. What the frick? I like the thing with Amazon Prime where you can like see the actors on the screen if you pause it. So
Yeah.
that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Cool feature.
So,
Mark
really
Mark
enjoy
Hamill
it.
is the guy who makes all the superhero suits.
Oh, you're
Um,
right. Yes.
forgot-
the Taylor guy.
Yeah, I forgot the character's name, but yeah, that's Mark
Well,
Hamill.
the main character, Mark, is the Stephen
Glenn.
Young or Yoon
Glenn from
Glenn from
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Of course, you got J.K. Simmons.
Yes.
Yep.
The lady who plays the mom is from Grey's Anatomy. I forget her name, but she's a big actress.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good cast. The girl who plays Amber is the chick from Deadpool 2. The chick who can't die. Domino?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Something like that.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
She's got the exact same hair in real life as her character. She's a pretty good actress.
Yeah. And the Rex character.
Yeah, he's a big actor.
He's a
He-
big actor.
I never
love
remember
that
his
actor.
name, but he's a funny guy.
He's really
Um,
funny.
Yeah.
He's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
um,
it's good.
I'm pretty sure the Immortal coming back was a end credit scene in season 1. Did you see that end credit scene, or was that a surprise in season 2 to see him then? Because I'm pretty sure that was an end credit scene if you didn't wait. You watched
No,
all
I
the end
did
credit
see it.
scenes, right?
No, yeah, I
Okay.
watched it all, but I
Yeah.
thought that was season 2.
Nope, that
But
was season
in
1.
any case, yeah, I did watch it where he tears them apart.
Yeah, he shows up. Yeah, he comes back to life in season 1 at the end, and then I think he fights. Actually, no, it wouldn't be an end credit scene because he does fight Omni-Man. I think in season at the end.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
He does. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually the second to last episode, right? Because that's right
penultimate, yeah, yeah.
before Omni-Man and Mark fight. Right.
Yep. So
Yeah, that was brutal. We just
Yeah.
like chops him in half,
Oh, yeah.
basically.
I just love I love too that they don't fly like Superman. They fly like with their arms like straight, like like they're just flying through the air. It's so cocky and like it's very
Yeah.
confident. So yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. Yeah, I'm ready to talk about season 2. So Tyler, get on it.
I'm sorry.
Get on it. You watched Arcane too, right, Nick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
So
I
season
like
2
that.
comes out next year. That's gonna be exciting. Tyler, did you watch that?
I watched like half of it.
Yeah, it's not as good as Invincible in my opinion, but I think it's pretty good still.
I
mean,
remember
it's
listening
different.
to the episode that you guys did on it though. Back when I was a listener of the show.
Yep.
Wow, that was that long ago.
Yeah.
Sure, it was a long time ago. Yeah.
Huh.
Probably last fall. It was a year ago. That wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. Anything else you did?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I just binged that and yeah, that's it.
Any games on your list or?
No, Nick doesn't play games.
MLB The Show is on sale for $15. I'll probably
There you go.
I'll probably buy that.
Hey, as long as you
Take
play
advantage.
something, I would be happy. So, plus then you'll have something to talk about in here.
Yes.
So Biggie,
Yeah.
what'd you do this week?
So I did a bunch of things. I did play Remnant 2. I won't really get into it because it'll be fun. We can talk about it when we're playing it.
We're gonna get into it.
Yeah, we will be
Yeah.
playing it later. But yeah. So
Yeah.
I did play ahead. I got to the first boss and I didn't beat him. So we'll do that together. But it's a great game. I really love it. I'm not a first person shooter guy really, but it's a pretty easy first person shooter game. But I mostly like it because it is a Souls game. But it's a Souls game where you can choose how difficult you want it to be. So that's nice, at least. And you can still farm too if you really wanted to. So I really like it in that sense. I wish you could jump, which is kind of a bummer. I also wish you could parry with your melee weapon, because the guns are kind of the main weapons in the game, but I picked a build that's both. I ended up doing the tank build, actually, which I didn't really want to, but it was the only one I think that would fit my playstyle very well, because you can boink people with your giant sword. So I wish you could melee or parry with your sword would be really nice when I'm getting raped by all these monsters. So instead, you gotta wait before they're done attacking you to slash them. So that's kind of a bummer, but it's pretty smooth mechanics, so you can dodge very easily. It's just when you're getting swarmed by a mob, it's kind of hard. So yeah, I like it. Plays very nicely. It's very smooth. The world's really cool. It's kind of like an amalgamation of different worlds too. Like, it starts off feeling like a Last of Us type game, and then you're like, oh, this is like fantasy. Never mind. So, but then also like Bloodborne kind of, where it's like, not Renaissance, but like Victorian kind of. It's really interesting. So I like it a lot. So yeah, we're gonna be playing that for a while. I did binge watch the Haunting of Hill House, which Zach had talked about. Those are the Mike Flanagan shows that I was gonna watch. So that was the first one, and it was really, really good. The ending was so-so, but the show overall was really great. If you're not a really big horror fan, it's actually not bad at all. It's pretty tame, but the storyline's really cool. Essentially, these 5 kids and their parents, live in this giant mansion for a summer in the 90s, and they're starting to see ghosts and stuff, and weird things happen. The mom starts going crazy, and at the very beginning, they kind of fast forward a bit to the last night in the house, and they're all running away, and it's like something's wrong with mom. And then they grow up, and then they kind of throughout the whole show, they do flashbacks for each kid and kind of like revisit their time at Hill House. It's fantastic, though. It was really great. It was very bingeable. Kept making you want to go back. There was only 10 episodes, about an hour each. So yeah, I definitely highly recommend that one. So I watched that, and then I have been watching Doctor Who. I finished Tenet. So I'm on Matt Smith now, and Matt Smith's pretty good so far. I've only watched 2 episodes of Matt Smith. I like him a lot. I felt kind of sad because I really liked Tenet a lot. Those last few episodes were fantastic. The End of Time, part 1 and 2. The Waters of Mars was really cool.
That one's freaky.
That was a good one. That was a good thriller one. Doctor Who is so good because it does make you like. There's a lot of cool horror elements of it too.
Yeah, there can be.
So that one, and then the one right before it was pretty good. Lost Earth or something like that. Lost Planet. The desert one where they get like portal to another planet.
Yeah. That one I didn't care as much for. But
I feel like the scariest episodes were the library one with the shadows. Yeah. That was a scary one. And then the Blink. Blink's terrifying, yeah. That's probably the scariest. But the one with they're on like the diamond planet and he goes out and there's that copycat thing. That was pretty creepy. That's like a skin crawler one, yeah. Yeah, that one was creepy. So I like that one a lot. That was like edge of your seat the whole time. That was great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I loved that his entire run. I loved that Rose had a good ending with the Doctor. I loved that Martha and Ricky got together. Mickey, sorry.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird, like out of the blue, but it was like, yeah, these two actually are perfect for each other. So, Donna's ending was kind of sad, but hey, she
was sad.
Got married. She won the lottery. You know, that was fantastic, which is kind of a foreshadow here to what we're going to be talking about in a bit. What they did with the 60th anniversary Doctor Who is dead. It is awful. You didn't think it could get worse from the female Doctor, but it got worse.
I'm glad I watched that video because I didn't realize it was that bad.
Oh, yeah. And even the BBC was saying this is too much message. Like the BBC, as woke as they come, you know? So anyways, before we get to that, yes, I really loved Tennant, and so I thought I was going to be pretty sad when they like moved on. And it was even more emotional because Tennant was like emotional about like he literally says, "I don't want to go." And it's like, oh man, I don't want you to go either. And then Matt Smith just jumped right in, and he was fantastic. Yeah. He had elements of Tennant still, but he was his own Doctor. He was, you know, funny, and it felt like he'd been doing it a while already, you know. So, and Karen Gillan is smoking hot, so. You know, I'm fine with it. So I am very excited for Matt Smith. I'll even watch Capaldi, honestly. I've heard good things, pretty good things. It started going downhill with him, I heard, but I heard he was still good. Yeah. So
I have to go back. I kind of stopped halfway through Matt Smith here and I haven't picked up again, but
yeah. Well, maybe I'll catch up to you then and we'll talk about it. Yeah. So excited for that. And then that's pretty much all I've been doing. I'm watching Invincible. So, reading comics, Death of Superman. I haven't read in like a week, though, so. But yeah, so let's get right into it. Speaking of Doctor Who, the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who happened. And, you know, after what happened with... After what happened with the female Doctor, I forgot her name already. They decided to bring Tennant back, so he became the 14th Doctor. It was a different rendition of him, so it wasn't the same character. It was a different Doctor, but it looked exactly the same. They brought Donna back, everybody's favorite. Well, a lot. I feel like the majority of people like Donna the most. I personally like Rose the most, but so they brought Donna back.
Good elements.
Yes, they all did. Obviously, they'll, you know, if you're not a Who fan, I apologize, but this is pretty big. Donna became Dr. Donna briefly, and it was a really cool. Actually, that was probably my favorite episode. Was when all the Earths came, you know, with the Daleks. That was fantastic. Speaking of which, Davros, right? The creator.
Davos.
The creator of the Daleks, he's part Dalek, right? Like he's in his Dalek thing. It's always been his kind of his life support thing, like Darth Vader. Nope, apparently that's ableist now. So they said, oh, that's offensive towards people in wheelchairs. So Davros is this normal-looking person now who can walk around, changing decades of Doctor Who lore for the message. So that happened. That was kind of that. You know, it was probably more one of the minor things that happened, changes that happened, but it was still a pretty big thing and kind of offensive towards, you know, people in wheelchairs, because it's like, well, they can be. This guy is a big intellect, right? He's a cool villain. So you're saying that
Rex.
you're saying disabled people can't be cool villains now? Like, what the frick? And you know what they replaced him with? A white guy, a white male, of course.
Oh,
So
Gosh,
my favorite.
how dare they?
I know.
Not like I sound like them.
right. So that was one thing that happened, but the biggest thing was, right, Donna and her husband had a child. And they named their child Rose. Oh, great. They had a daughter. No, they had a son who transitioned to a daughter named Rose. And it's not just that the actors are transgender. The character itself is transgender. And it's a big part of the episode. So here's what happened. Doctor Who dives off the progressive deep end as the latest special sees the Doctor lectured on pronouns. Yes, pronouns were brought up multiple times in this episode. It was kind of the main theme of this episode. Chastised for being male presenting. Yes, that was a line used, and this was his face when they said that to him. Yeah. The Doctor is chastised for basically being the Doctor, actually. But we'll get to that in a second. So wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, gender binary. That's a line that he uses, except for that part. Unfortunately, for fans who hoped his return to the role of showrunner would see the oh, sorry, I think I skipped the part. The guy Russell T Davies, right? This guy was a big part of Doctor Who, so he came back and people thought it'd be a big deal and that would be good. Nope, he's actually very progressive. Would see the beloved sci-fi series rediscover its story-centric roots. Russell T Davies has instead used the first special of his latest run on Doctor Who as an opportunity to annoyingly lecture, or more precisely chastise, audiences at a variety of progressive topics. By the way, this is Rose. That's a dude.
Or Jason or whatever.
Jason, yes. They dead named him. And that's what they said. They dead named him. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Oh, by the way, there's a wheelchair person, and they're a hero, and they have weapons in their wheelchair, and they save the day. Yeah, they save the day for everybody. Titled The Star Beast and making its BBC debut on November 25th, otherwise known as the series' 60th anniversary, the Doctor's latest adventure centered on the mystery raised in the previous special, The Power of the Doctor, regarding the titular protagonist, till then unheard of regeneration into a previous incarnation. Featuring the return of series icon David Tennant as the 10th Doctor, but actually the 14th Doctor. The episode begins with a chance reunion between himself and his former companion Donna Noble, portrayed by Catherine Tate. Also, here's a kind of an important thing to know, Bluey. The Donna Tate, Donna's character, right? She got imbued with the power of the Doctor, but then it was too much for her, and she was going to explode. So he had to remove all memory of him from her, otherwise she would explode, right? So they could never interact ever again. Nope, they rewrote that. Never mind. She's actually very powerful, and she's actually more powerful than him. So
wow,
everything's fine now. So forget one of the greatest
real hero emerges.
Forget one of the his best arc in the entire Doctor Who series, but whatever.
Kind of is Dr. Seuss, but yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss. Further adding to the Doctor's confusion is the fact that Donna and her husband Sean are now parents, as he soon makes the acquaintance of their male to non-binary female presenting transgender daughter Rose, portrayed by actor Yasmin Finney. Notably, Rose's transgender identity is confirmed by a scene near the beginning. While helping her mother carry some items, that definitely looks like a dude. It's like they're not even hiding it. Rose is mockingly catcalled by a pair of passing young men using her original name, Jason. Oi, Jason, you all right? Looking good, Jason.
All right.
Give us a kiss, J-boy.
Come on, J-boy.
To which
Lovely Tuesday.
Lovely Tuesday, eh? Ain't it? Yeah. You know a toilet.
Yeah.
You know what a toilet is? To which the transgender individual responds by imploring her subsequently enraged Mom to just leave it. But before
leave it all.
Just leave it. Leave it be.
Shut up, as Donna always says.
Shut up.
But before he can discover any answers to either mystery, and that's the bad thing, is Donna's such a great character. They ruin everything. The message ruins everything. The Doctor, Donna, and Rose are caught up in the universe-conquering machinations of a small white-furred creature known as the Beep of all the Meep, itself making its live-action debut. Yeah, right. It appeared in the original 1980 comic strip Doctor Who and the Star Beast. Okay. First discovering it injured in the alley behind their house, Rose, unaware of the creature's true intentions, brings the Meep to the Doctor for help in bandaging. Oh my gosh, why can't I say that word? Bandaging its wound. Believing the Meep to be a simple, scared creature, the Doctor proceeds to offer him its assistance, because the Doctor is non-binary now. Or binary, sorry. Both male and female. Which they mention in this episode. Welcome, Zach.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hello, Zach.
We're just talking about the latest woke madness in the world. Doctor Who.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, I saw the clips on Twitter. It looks excruciating.
Yep.
Excruciatingly awesome.
I'm going to turn you down just a bit. Okay. However, this declaration catches the attention of Rose, who proceeds to passively aggressively chastise the hero, saying, "You're assuming he is his pronoun?"
Oh, gosh.
To which the Doctor says, "True. Yes, sorry. Good point." Before proceeding to ask the creature, "Are you a he or a she or they?" "My chosen pronoun is a definite article," replies the furry guest. "I am also the Meep. Always the Meep." Yes, this happened.
Wow.
This is wonderful. This is poetry.
Yes. From there, after
This is almost it almost feels like satire.
I know. This feels like something out of South Park, actually.
The Babylon Bee.
Shakespeare would be proud.
Oh yeah, and Shakespeare's met the Doctor, actually. So, from there, after being unwittingly tricked into the Meep's meek act into aiding its plans, the Doctor, Donna, Rose, and Sean find themselves taken prisoner by the creature's forces. But, in a shocking twist, while attempting to escape from captivity and stop the Meep, the Doctor discovers, and buckle up, non-Whovians, this is you, Bluey, and Zach, the Flash. Yes. As this section gets a little hard to follow if you're unfamiliar. Okay. So, not only was a half-human, half Gallifreyan entity known as Dr. Donna, which is what we just talked about, still present within Donna's mind and preventing her from accessing her full memories, but that a portion of the human Time Lord Metacrisis energies which originally birthed her had been biologically passed on to Rose. Upon this realization, in a callback to an earlier scolding, the Doctor and Donna came to realize that the reason Rose was able to receive the Metacrisis energies was thanks to her non-binary identity. Because, like her, the Doctor is male and female.
Perfect.
Which should not be a thing.
That works out so well.
Yeah. Realizing that the entity's brain power could be the key to defeating the Meep, the Doctor then proceeds to unlock the power of Dr. Donna from within both Donna and Rose's mind, allowing both of them to access individual and separate parts of the vast knowledge and processing power possessed by the collective. The two eventually successfully, thanks to the assistance of Rose, who uses the information available to her to shut down the Meep's mind control machines and free his soldiers from their forced servitude. The Doctor ultimately determines that if the two are to continue to survive, they must expel the aforementioned energies from their bodies, which happens a lot. Informed by his previous encounters with the being, the Doctor then begins to prepare himself for a tough battle in separating Dr. Donna from her hosts. We've still got to fix you two, he explains. But that thing is wrapped up around your cortex. Also, he looks sad now. However, before he provide any further assistance, the doctor is met by the assertion by Donna, "Yes, we know." With those smug looks. "We know everything, thanks," Rose then chimes in, her line delivery once again dipping with condescension. To this end, Donna then adds, "And you know nothing." She's saying this to the doctor, who has his entire life just saved countless lives. And this is how he's treated. Not to mention, they were great friends.
Yeah, but he made the cardinal sin of being a male.
Right. Again, because he was just a woman and he went back to male, and that's terrible.
Right.
And now he's going black, and you know what that means.
I was going to say, they're going to fix the white part here.
He's going black and gay, so.
Oh, lovely.
Perfect.
There's more to that, too, which we'll talk about in a second. To this end, Donna then adds, "And you know nothing," before deriding the doctor for having regenerating out of his Jodie Whittaker portrayed 13th form. "It's a shame you're not a woman anymore, because she'd have understood." "We've got all that power, but there is no way to get rid of it," explains Rose. "Something a male-presenting Time Lord will never understand." Yeah, he gave you this power. Ultimately, and this is his face when they say that to him. That's his
the
face.
face of the audience right there.
Oi, knock it off, eh?
Hey. Watch it. It's just okay. Ultimately, Donna. Yeah, wankus. Donna reveals that the woman's solution to this reality-breaking energy crisis was to simply just let it go, prompting the pair to then solve the entire problem by easily willing it away. Davies' next Doctor Who special, Wild Blue Yonder itself, ostensibly featuring a similar quality of storytelling, is currently on track to land on December 2nd. Yep, it's going to get even worse than this. So that's the biggest problem.
Like, who's asking for this? Like, obviously, I don't know.
Nobody.
Doctor Who, but it's like that just it's literally like parody. You're 100% right. It's like how many non-binary, LGBTQ, women's empowerment one-liners can we cram into an episode to make men feel like crap?
Yeah. Well, and it's so disrespectful because they've been doing this for a long time. The original Doctor was a man. He was actually played by the dude who plays Filch in Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
The original Doctor was rewritten in the Jodie Whittaker arc, and it was actually a little black girl was the original Doctor instead. So they rewrote the entire 60 years, I should say. Yeah, because it's the 60th anniversary. All 60 years of Doctor Who, just rewritten like that. The original Doctor showed up in a Matt Smith episode, which I have not watched yet. And they like nod at each other. It's a very nice moment. Well, in a TV spot for the new Doctor, they just take Matt Smith out of that scene and put this guy in. It's the exact same scene, but Matt Smith's taken out and this guy's put in. And it's just another thing rewritten, a nice moment taken away, and it's just crap. So yeah, it's just thing after thing, and it's just really sad because Russell T Davies here wrote or directed Doctor Who already. So, it's like Kathleen Kennedy coming on, and everybody was expecting great things because she did great things before, and then just completely, changing courses. So, yeah, it really does suck, especially to see Donna and Tennant up there, and Tennant's just berated and cucked. And Donna is insufferable now. So, it's just, it sucks. All for the message, as the Critical Drinker says. So, yeah. So, that's really, they used to get tens of millions of views every single week.
Are there numbers?
I don't think they
struggling.
Oh yeah, definitely. Nobody wants this. It's the thing. It's it's like with Disney, it's with Star Wars, it's with Marvel, it's with all of these things. With comics, they expect to make money and get views, despite them calling their fans racists and bigots, and expect their paying customers to keep paying them.
Right. It's like they couldn't be happy with the fan bases they had. And so rather than like come up with unique storylines or whatever to bring in more while maintaining what they had, they tried to turn to a target market that has never had interest in those things and just pander to them in the hopes that they can almost replace the old fan base with a new fan base.
Right.
Which is stupid.
Yeah.
Because it's not even good. That's not even good dialogue.
No, it's not.
I feel like,
regardless of whether I agree with the message or not, it's crap dialogue.
It's cringe.
Yeah. I feel like shows and just, I guess, organizations in general, they're trying to gain as many followers as possible that they don't have, but they're not realizing yet the effect that it has on their current base. So they're doing everything they can to get the people they don't have yet, and just sacrificing all the people. So it's like they're on a spectrum and they're shifting this way, and they're losing all these people that they already had. Instead of widening it, they're just moving it.
They're definitely on the spectrum, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that. It's like that classic political cartoon. I'm sure y'all have seen it, where it's like you have the left and the right, and then you've got a centrist. And then the left keeps moving further left while the centrist stays where they're at. And then they look up, like 3 panels down or whatever.
Oh, I'm a Republican now.
Well, yeah, the person on the left is screaming at the centrist, "You bigot, racist," and he's like, "I've never changed. You have."
Right.
Yeah. It's not me, it's you. Except it's you, not me.
Yeah. It's the classics, like if you don't like it, don't buy it. But then they're like, or don't see it. And then you don't see it and they're like, "You racist bigot, you're not gonna go see it." It's like, yes, because you told me not to go see it. They're just a bunch of hypocrites. Here's some controversial news.
What a lovely family photo.
Yeah. Star Wars undertakes universe-shaking changes.
What a lovely family heirloom. It is that time of year.
It is that time.
Yeah.
It's on my list of movies to watch.
There's a Grinch 2 coming out with Jim Carrey.
Yes. Totally on board for that.
Yeah. I'm all for it.
Did you guys cover like the movies you rewatch all the time?
Nope, not still.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I haven't done it yet.
Spoiler alert: The Grinch is one for me. I could rewatch that all the time. Elf, I can handle once a year.
It doesn't have to be Christmas movies, by the way. We'll get to Christmas movies in a couple weeks, but
yeah.
Oh, no thanks. I don't want to be Vanity Fair. Star Wars undertakes universe-shaking changes after Ahsoka. AKA Dave Filoni is now in charge of Star Wars. Which I am not.
With Kathleen Kennedy.
I am not happy
without her. With Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, but you should just get rid of everybody, including Dave Filoni. Just scrap everything and start over. Dave Filoni has a new mission in the Star Wars universe after guiding Rosario Dawson's force-wielding hero to distant celestial realms in the first season of Ahsoka.
You called her a hero?
Yeah, is that what happened?
So that's what they were trying to do?
Oh, that was what happened. Okay, I get it.
Oh.
It's all right. I couldn't get past loudmouth or whiny Sabine.
Yeah, whiny Sabine. And yeah, well, we didn't get anything from Rosario Dawson anyways, so the writer, producer, director who started out working alongside George Lucas on Clone Wars has ascended to a new position, one that will give him input into all galactic storytelling going forward. Now I'm what's called Chief Creative Officer at Lucasfilm, which places him into the new development process much earlier and in a much more expansive capacity than his previous advisory duties. In the past, in a lot of projects which I were brought into, I would see it after I'd already developed a good ways. I'm pretty sure you had full control on Ahsoka.
He's the chief starch wit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Kathleen Kennedy strikes me as a micromanaging type.
Make it gay and lame.
Exactly.
The Pander Stone says so.
Put more women in it. Make it gay and lame. Yeah. Filoni will now work more directly with Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy and alongside Carrie Beck, a veteran producer turned head of development. By the way, if you look at all the executives at Lucasfilm, 99% women. So, just putting that out there.
That's not very equitable.
Yeah. After spending many years involved in the creation of Star Wars animation, including the Rebels series, which nobody watched, he became increasingly involved in live action as a producer with Jon Favreau on The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. In this new role, it's opened up to basically everything that's going on. When we're planning the future of what we're doing now, I'm involved in the inception phase. So, I mean, that's really the big news there. I think that it's just, it's just going to keep going down. There's really nothing to do anymore except stop watching.
I'll believe it when I see it, kind of thing. And honestly, again, we've beaten this dead horse.
Yeah.
I'm so disconnected from all these stories in between number 6, geez Louise, Return of the Jedi. I was trying to say Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
I'm so over all the stories in between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, because The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker all still happen. Yeah. And that completely breaks the universe. So it's hard for me to really care about anything in between. And when all that garbage is where it ends up.
The first movie they're coming back with since Rise of Skywalker is a Rey movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, Master Rey is going to be a perfect master. She's not going to be like Luke. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Because they're scared. They're scared to show women as anything other than perfect right now.
Right.
They did the damsel in distress for so long, which, whatever. And so now they're going completely the opposite direction, and every single female has to be a girl boss who has no faults, so then there is no hero's journey.
Or Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And Filoni's all for it, so sorry. I don't like him.
I don't like
We'll see what happens, because, I mean, yeah, I'm the positive one when it comes to Star Wars, and Ahsoka just wasn't great, and I'm not going to pretend that it was, but I honestly think that there's obviously management issues, and I don't think this is necessarily going to solve the management issues until Kathleen Kennedy's gone, because I think she's actually the problem. But I think this was a step in the right direction if Kathleen Kennedy's on the way out. That's just what I'm going to say.
I just wouldn't be surprised even if she's gone, which she won't leave. But even if she's gone, I still think it's going to be the exact same. I mean, not the exact same, but still the same, because it doesn't matter who's in charge. The message is still pressure, because I'm sure the top executives want to make money, but their employees are all just a bunch of SJWs. So they feel pressured by them. And that's the thing about communism, is it's not capitalism. And they don't care about making money. They care about pushing the message as far as they can, as much as they can. That's all that matters to them. So
yeah, what's that equity index? It's a 3-letter acronym. something. I'm pretty sure it's like something equity index, DEI.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Whatever. But it's also it's basically like a grading system, and so like that's what they care about.
Yeah,
it's some international organization.
Like your social credit score.
Basically, right. I mean, it's the whole one world government BS that Alex Jones preached about years ago, and everyone made fun of him for. And it's like you've got the WHO. No, not the WHO. Well, you do have the World Health Organization,
CDC,
but also,
CDC.
No, it's the one world government.
UN.
UN.
No, it's another one. It's not official or whatever. Okay. But I mean, essentially, the signs are there. I'm not saying that's where we're headed, but it's just BS like that.
Oh,
right?
China.
It's like everyone. Well, yeah, and I mean, shoot, what is it? I saw a graph literally like 3 days ago about carbon emissions, and it's like since Greta Thunberg came onto the scene, the U.S. has actually dropped emissions by like 10%, and China has risen by like 300.
Is it
Greta
the New World Order?
China?
Yeah.
Huh?
Is it the New World Order? So what you're talking about?
Yes. NWO.
That's some Star Wars Empire. That's very ironic. Self-aware, guys. Self-awareness.
Yep. No.
It's like that company Starnet. It's like,
I can only take so much Alex Jones, just like I can only take so much Donald Trump. But I mean, he's not wrong about everything. So
yeah.
They're making the frogs gay.
Some people say I'm right about almost everything. Almost everything.
Yeah.
Not me. I don't say that.
Yeah.
But
it's not like Disney lost 11 million subscribers last year on Disney Plus. That doesn't matter. Which, by the way, the Doctor Who is now owned by Disney or distributed by Disney, financed by Disney. So it's through Disney Plus now. So
okay. So
it's being touched by
Disney. Watching it up until then.
You should watch if you watch it. You should watch it up through season 10, which is end of Capaldi's. I'm honestly tempted to go back and watch the original stuff. I love Doctor Who. It's great. Can't believe I didn't start sooner, but yeah. So it's Disney and Hollywood. They're all in bed together, but it's a fungus. It's a rot, and it's spreading. So yeah. Also, just a quick news. I won't read through it, but Sony announces a Karate Kid crossover sequel. Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan set to reprise respective franchise roles. So that's kind of cool. I'm not a big Karate Kid fan, but I heard great things about Cobra Kai.
I like Cobra Kai. It's a little cheesy, a little campy, but I like it.
So is Doctor Who.
I grew up watching Karate Kid.
Yeah.
So for me, like seeing the original actors reprise their roles in Cobra Kai is more fun than like the actual show itself. You know?
Right.
It's a nostalgia bone, real nice.
I'm just confused. His movie was Kung Fu, I thought. It was mainly Kung Fu,
yes.
Right? So I'm not sure what they're going to do there, but
it's franchises crossover. It's a crossover with Ralph Macchio. So it's the two universes coming together.
But I like both of these guys, so it could be cool. Not sure if it's like a sequel to Cobra Kai then, or if it'll be like it'll take place after that, or if it's just gonna be something different entirely. I'm not sure, but
I don't know.
Very interesting.
I'd say it'd have to do something with Cobra Kai because that's up to current. You know?
Yes.
So.
But yeah. So that's our news. By the way, Zach, I talked about this earlier, but I did watch. I binged watched Haunting of Hill House, and that was actually really good.
Haunting of Hill House. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, the fall of
House of Usher.
The fall of the House of Usher is. I mean, yeah, it's basically the 4th season or whatever. But yeah, no, the Haunting of Hill House was really good.
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot. So
yeah.
Yeah, so let's get into our most watched movies, and it's not necessarily. I don't you don't have to put these in any order, but I just thought it'd be fun since this is the time of year I usually watch a bunch of movies that I've seen a gazillion times. So figured we start off our holiday season with this one. So I'll start with, obviously, this one is my number one. Obviously, we already know this. Favorite movies of all time. I watch these every single year, sometimes multiple times a year. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, obviously. Yep. Can't not be on this list. I watch them so much. I know practically every quote in those movies. So
those are movies that, whether you are woke or not, you mostly enjoy. Like I have friends of people I'm friends with who are super woke and like those movies.
Yeah. They're just great. Everything about them is good.
Shocker. People like good cinema.
Yeah.
It's like you make
those
a good
are fighting
movie.
words, Zach.
Right.
Good cinema? We can't have that.
Yeah. Even like the people who like Rings of Power still like these movies.
Yeah.
So those people, those people. We all know a few of them. We had an awkward. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say this just in case they listen. Nick and I had an awkward interaction with somebody who really liked that show, and I didn't know how to respond, honestly. He was talking about race. He was talking about race specifically. How happy he was about there being black elves and black dwarves and stuff. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what you gotta kind of, how you talk to people about it is genuinely ask them like what they like about it.
Yeah.
And then confront them when they like stuff that doesn't matter.
Right.
Like black elves and black dwarves.
Right.
Because if that's the only reason that you like the show, then you don't like the show. You just like the fact that they put those characters in the show.
Right.
If
at the end of the day,
I really liked because if they said, oh no, I really liked what they did with Galadriel, which nobody said ever, then
nobody ever.
Then you can at least respect. Okay, he's got an opinion that he has.
I got a very funny video. I'll have to send you guys later. Remind me of a Galadriel video. I'll send you guys later.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're right.
It's like saying, it's like watching any movie it's like watching the original Lord of the Rings and being like, I'm really happy that they're all white or something. That's why I like it.
Yeah.
That'd be stupid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of the point. Where it's like they don't understand our argument. We have a very specific argument for that. It's not like we're actually racist. We have a very specific reason for why we disagree with their choices there. And the fact that they put all of those characters in there is not because it's not because it just can happen. They did it because they were trying to be what's the word I'm looking for? Divisive or no, like they were trying to shove it in your face. Literally every prominent character was either a woman or a race swap, or gay, as we all say Elrond is in that show.
Nice.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw. Literally a line from the show. So, the fact that you put it in there is only because of the message. No other reason at all. Not because it fits or because you respect the world and the lore. It's only because it's...
Not because you actually think that there should be black elves and black dwarves.
There's no actual reason for that at all. It doesn't make sense, too. So...
Make it make sense.
Right. No, you would have to rewrite the original Tolkien books for it to make sense.
Right. Well, I mean, obviously within the parameters of the already established universe, make it make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like we just rewrite stuff to make it make sense, which then is worse.
Let's take a real life example too. Real life, I should say. It's still within cinema, but there was a Viking show or movie or something that came out recently. Mad Mikkelsen was involved in it, and there were no black people in it. It was either Viking or medieval, one of the two. It doesn't really matter though.
Pretty sure it was called The Viking. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but like they were like,
There
why
was
are there no
many
black
movies.
people in here? Why there's no diversity? And so like
Because there wasn't a lot of black people running around.
literally
shooting back
because
in
it's a
those
time.
days.
Yeah, it's a historical piece. What are you talking about? And that was
It's like Bridgerton on Netflix,
Right.
which Liz makes me watch that. It's not like that. At least the story is interesting enough for a rom-com that I look past that, and it's fairly funny.
Well, at least it's like it's fake too. Like it's not like based on. It's not supposed to be like a
Right.
true period piece. Like they play modern music, but with orchestra instruments.
Exactly. Right.
Like,
So yeah. So like.
or the
at least it's
Cleopatra
got
show
that, but
with
it's
the
like,
black chick. It's like
Well, that's
Yeah.
different.
no,
Ryan
Egyptians
Gosling
are
is
not
Martin Luther King
black.
Jr.
right.
Well, yeah. I mean, Bridgerton is different than because you're not. I feel like Cleopatra weren't they trying to do like a historical rendition?
But she
They
wasn't.
tried to say Cleopatra was actually black.
Yeah.
They say
Right.
that all the time.
Right.
Yeah, but Bridgerton is just a. It's for cinema purposes. It's not like
yeah.
they're trying to like recreate something that actually happened or rewrite history.
I think the worst one was
Tyler. It sounds like you've watched the show with your
I have.
wife. Yeah. Did she make you watch the Queen Elizabeth sub show or whatever spinoff?
No, I did
He's
not.
like, no, I watched it because I wanted to.
Yeah.
No, so
did not
there's
make me.
one
I volunteered.
season that shows when Queen Elizabeth's character becomes Queen Elizabeth, and it was actually a really touching story because it's like she's married to Mad King George, right?
You're talking about
The
Queen
historical
Charlotte, right?
figure. Or sorry, Queen Charlotte. That's
Yeah.
what I meant.
yeah.
Literally.
Literally,
So she's married to
British-
Mad King George, and so her one season, it's all about her dealing with that and them hiding that basically from the queen for a long time when she was married, because back then the king couldn't be perceived as having any weakness, right? Because back in those days he was head of the church too. So it was actually really touching, and like the very last scene of the last episode is a callback to something from earlier, and I was like, okay, again, like at least it's a good show. It helps me look past all the inclusive or equality garbage.
Yeah.
So
It's like there was a news article that came out. It was like, why are there no black people on the Argentinian soccer team? And they're like,
right,
because it's the Argentinian soccer team.
Yeah. Yep.
I actually related to soccer. I saw.
Why are there no
funny
black
meme
people
where
in
it was like-
China? Oh wait.
I saw this funny meme where it was like the French national team back in like the 70s or 80s, and it's like all white dudes, obviously French, and then it's like the French national team this year, and it's like 95% black guys. Because like France has like basically like dual citizenship stuff, so it's like they can play for France if there's all that under the table, like you're not actually playing for your country anymore kind of stuff. But it was just funny.
Actually,
so soccer's
really
a bunch of
the...
treasonous people.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm actually really excited for the next World Cup though, because it's going to be. I mean, there's going to be games in Houston and Dallas.
Yep, I'm probably going to come see you then, Zach.
There you go. Let me know.
Alrighty, so most watched movies.
That's what we started.
Are you wanting to go like by person, or you?
Yeah, we can just kind of throw them out. Yeah, popcorn. Throw them out there as you go.
Okay. I mean, Lord of the Rings is on my list too.
Lord of the Rings,
obviously.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. I don't watch that one, but one that I do watch, Harry Potter.
Yep, that's also on my list.
I started going through those again with the wife.
I literally told my wife this last weekend. I was like, it's that time of year. I was like, let's start watching Harry Potter.
Yeah, I watched Prisoner of Azkaban last night.
We're on that one now.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's funny. I started watching those in college, and I have watched them a gazillion times since. That's only been 6 years now. And I've been watching them constantly, multiple times a year too. Like they're just so good. They're great movies, and the books are they're better. But they're phenomenal. So, what were you gonna say, Nick?
Speaking on that, I also saw. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say you could probably throw Star Wars in with that mix too. Maybe not as much as Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter,
Yeah.
Well,
but still classic.
I put Star Wars on there not because I recently watched them. I really haven't watched them in a while, to be honest. But as kids, we watched the Star Wars
Oh, yeah.
original
All the
trilogy
time.
and the
A lot.
prequels a lot. So
Yeah.
probably rivaled Lord of the Rings, but not quite as much.
Yeah. I for sure watched Star Wars more, but that was more just because Lord of the Rings came out
Yeah,
as I was growing up.
Right.
So
right. We watched them all pretty much the same time, Nick and I. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see
What were you gonna say, Tyler?
Oh, Endgame. I watch Endgame a lot.
Yeah.
A lot for me. I'm not a huge like movie rewatcher person.
Yeah.
When I see it, I usually besides Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, I'm really not a movie rewatcher.
Yeah.
And Star Wars, I guess. So those top 3 are the ones I watch a lot. But other than that, Endgame I'll do occasionally, and then Christmas movies, The Grinch, Elf. I really I wanted to try Polar Express with my son.
There's
other
a
night, but
prequel to that coming out. I'm pretty sure with
Is
with
there?
Tom Hanks. Yeah.
I feel like he might like it. He loves trains, and it's somewhat animated. Like it's a
goofy
weird
kid.
animation, but it's animated.
Speaking
But-
of Polar Express, I saw a really funny video that was like, forget Fast and Furious, check out Polar Express over here. And it's the scene where they're on the ice and he's like whipping the train around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Drifting on ice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So good.
The Santa Claus. Oh, love those movies. There was someone I saw a reel on Instagram. Someone dared to say Santa Claus is in a top 10 Christmas movie.
Is not or is?
Is not.
It is for sure.
It's
Yeah.
for sure a top 10 Christmas movie.
100%.
Have you guys watched or I guess the show hasn't come out yet, right? Or has it?
The Santa Clauses.
Yeah.
Is it a show or
Probably
a
gonna-
movie?
I thought it was a show, but it's probably
So
going to be
it's-
crap.
It's got Tom Hanks in it though, so like I would assume it's not going to be super woke.
I'm surprised they even asked him.
I think isn't the show based off the movies?
Yeah, it's like
Theoretically, yeah.
a sequel.
A sequel?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, it's
sorry,
like-
yeah, a sequel. Right, not
Yeah.
a prequel. Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Or like a follow up to what's going on in
Right.
the universe.
exactly. Yeah,
Um,
because they've run out of good ideas.
yeah. Angela hates those movies for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I like 'em.
Really? She hates all the Santa Claus movies?
Yeah, she doesn't like them.
Huh. You know what's actually
Doesn't-
I know we're on like a total Christmas movie rabbit trail right now, but The Rise of the Guardians is actually pretty
Yeah,
good
we're
too.
supposed to be talking about this in a couple weeks, so don't get too far.
Okay, sorry. All right. Back on the train tracks, Polar Express style.
Yes.
I was gonna say the Harry Potter producers are the ones producing Willy Wonka or the new Wonka.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I'm actually
okay.
kind of excited to see
I
that.
hope it's good.
Yeah,
I am too.
tentatively
I was
excited.
Timothy Chalamet is pretty decent.
surprised- I was surprised, like seeing all of the, like not credits, but like who's working on it type people, and that was one of them, like the producers from Harry Potter, and then there's another one
Okay,
that caught
this,
my attention.
has Rebel Moon, the Netflix movie? Is that what it's called? It's like Rebel Moon Part 1 something. It's a total sci-fi, like big budget sci-fi movie that Netflix is doing. They released an ad during a Sunday Night Football game or a World Series game or something. It looks interesting. Now the main character is a female, and of course she's girl boss. But when sci-fi is involved, you can do girl boss okay to a certain extent because she seems somewhat android too. So whatever. It looked what's the word I'm looking for? Cinematography wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cinematography wise, it looks incredible.
I'm sorry, I zoned out for a second. What movie are you talking about?
New Moon or Rebel Moon.
Oh, Rebel Moon. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I hope
That's Zack Snyder movie.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's right.
Who I mean, recently not made great movies, but
Right.
you know, as far as Star Wars is going right now, this could be a pretty good rival. So
Mhm.
Yeah, it does look pretty decent. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be a 2-parter.
I was gonna say, how long is it gonna be?
Yeah, 4 hours each. Yeah.
4 hours each.
No, that was just the Snyder cuts.
Mhm.
No, yeah, I am excited. That comes out same day as Aquaman 2, which we got a trailer for.
Oh.
It'll be
No
blink and you'll
Mira.
miss Amber Turd in there in that trailer.
Yeah.
Very briefly in there.
Apparently, they've like really cut her almost
yeah.
completely out of the movie.
Oh, she's not
It's-
even in the. Well, she's like one quick scene.
Not
in
even
the,
mentioned, yeah.
Preview.
Yep.
So,
Speaking of sci-fi, one that's on my list is Pacific Rim.
I knew
I
it.
do love Pacific Rim.
I knew you were
Pacific
gonna put
Rim's
that on
so
there.
Good.
And I'll be honest, I actually do watch that movie a lot too. So I could throw it on my list, but it's a
it's a good
rewatch.
one.
It's just a dumb like Godzilla type
Yes.
movie, that's which by the way, Godzilla -1 comes out this weekend, and I've heard
Isn't
great.
that on Apple?
No, it's in theaters, and I've heard great things about it. So
Wait. Is it a continuation of the Godzilla universe?
it's a separate thing. So it's made by Japanese. It's a
Okay,
Japanese
that's what I thought,
studio.
yeah.
So it's the original looking Godzilla, from the 50s or whatever, and it's
Which we saw the preview in theaters, and it is the original
Yes.
Godzilla.
and it's subbed. So
Hmm,
it's gonna be in Japanese.
Gotcha.
So I'm excited
interesting.
for
You
it.
anime nerd, you.
Yep.
That's this weekend, you said?
What do you call that again? What's a anime nerd?
A weeb.
A weeb. Yeah, I'm a
A
weeb. I
weeb.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes out this Thursday. So
I'd see that in theaters.
yeah.
Another random sci-fi movie that's on my list is Dread. I love Dread. Dread
I
is so
just
good.
watched that for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it's
It is
so good.
amazing. It is
They
so
are-
good.
They're doing it a disservice to not have a sequel to that
No,
movie.
see, but it came out in 2012. They should have released a sequel way before
for
now.
Sure.
At this point, it's too late. I don't want them touching that.
Mhm.
Don't even think about it. And it's great because it's funny because Carl Urban is a fantastic actor. He's very recognizable, and he doesn't take the mask off the entire time because he's committed to the
Yep.
role.
Yep.
Now, every superhero has to take their mask off every 5 seconds,
Yep.
sometimes
Yeah,
less.
Ant-Man.
Right.
Ant-Man, literally. The nanotech.
Yeah.
Dumb BS, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
No, dude, he's so good.
Very
just
simple
his
plot.
facial expressions that he
Oh.
gets out of half a face are
Yeah, I can't even do it.
stunning Good.
the like mega frown,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Mhm. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, very simple plot, very like low stakes.
Just a badass
you know,
being a badass.
Yeah. Oh, he's so good.
Lena Hardy or whatever your surname,
never heard.
Heading, she's fantastic in it. She plays
Oh,
Cersei
she's
Lannister.
Mama.
Yeah, Mama. Yeah, she's great.
Yep.
Even his partner's really good too. I like
Yeah,
her.
she's really good in it too.
Mhm.
Yeah, love those babies.
She's a good female character because she's still very vulnerable like a female, and she's still a badass.
Mm-hmm.
You can have those characters.
Yep.
She's vulnerable, but she still is a badass. She's Laura Croft.
Yep.
Which, by the way, they're messing that up too.
I know. I heard.
Same makers as I think Captain Marvel or something.
Yep.
So
No,
Yeah.
Miss Marvel.
the Marvels. Yeah.
Yes, or whatever the Marvels. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is on the
Um,
list of rewatch movies?
I have Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, the
It's
original
been
trilogy.
Years.
Trilogy.
I still
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
those movies.
I
Like,
love those. Yeah.
I almost watched
Yeah, those are
Dead Man's
really good.
Chest a couple weeks ago, but decided not to. Those are fantastic. I love pirates. My top 3 historical people are Vikings, samurai, and pirates. And so that gets my fix
And-
for pirate stuff.
and Johnny Depp.
Nights.
Like
And
I
Johnny
don't
Depp
think I
in
re-
his
like,
best role ever.
honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, growing up, I never understood how good Johnny Depp was in that role, and
Oh,
now that
yeah.
I'm an adult and more mature, it like that's why I love rewatching them so much. Is just because
Johnny
his
Depp.
acting is just incredible.
Yeah, he's really good in Sleepy Hollow too. If you've never seen Sleepy Hollow, that's a great one. It's past Halloween now, but it's a good Halloween movie.
Yeah, those are so good.
Yeah, I love those movies. They're technically kids movies, but they don't feel like it, you know.
Yeah, those were good Disney movies.
Yes, those were the days when we got the Happy Meal toys. We got into the theaters and we saw them. I remember seeing Dead Man's Chest in theaters, and we got the little McDonald chest toy. Remember before?
Yeah,
that was fun.
And again, a good, strong, yet can be vulnerable female character.
Oh yeah,
Elizabeth Swann. She can
fantastic.
Be
she's
total
funny
badass.
too. Yeah, she's a great character.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love her.
Great villain, Davy Jones.
Yep.
Fantastic CGI. When CGI was at its peak, in my opinion.
Yeah,
around 2009 era.
You know, Davy Jones literally the scene of the Flying Dutchman entering the water for the first time from the surface, and Davy Jones octopus tentacles grabbing onto his hat before it hit the water.
Yeah.
To keep it from flying off. That literally started a whole subreddit that is like insanely popular to this day called like movie details.
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing it. It got posted under our movies, and someone was like, "Oh my gosh, this is such a cool detail that they had the tentacles grab onto the brim of the hat before it hit the water." And I remember seeing the comments. Someone was like, "You should create a sub where we talk about this." And so they literally started a sub with that scene. And now, like, it's one of the more popular subreddits to this day. Now, granted, I feel like movie details have gotten crappier and crappier, so I don't know how good the content is
I am
now.
in that subreddit.
Yeah,
well, if they
it's a
can't
great-
get the main story down, how do they expect to get details?
Yeah, back when people cared. I
Yep.
shouldn't even say that, because CGI, I mean, VFX artists, I want to be one day if I can get around to learning VFX, but VFX is so cool, and the people who love it
with all your free time.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's just like it's quantity over quality at this point.
Yeah.
They're just pumping it out, and nobody cares about the CGI artists, you know. So, yeah, it's really sad.
Wow, that is really cool. I'm watching it right now. That is so cool.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite movie details too, which is it's not a detail like that. It's a mistake, but it's when in Lord of the Rings, Two Towers,
when he kicks the helmet and breaks his toe.
The guy's like, "Did you see that meme?" He's like sweating.
Oh my
He's
gosh,
like, "Don't say it.
you know?
Don't say it." No. It's when they meet Éomer, and when they're surrounded, the three of them, right? The Trinity's surrounded by, and Éomer gets off his horse, and his sword falls out of its sheath.
Yeah.
It's right there in your face, and you know you don't really notice it unless you're looking for it, ironically, but it's right there. And yeah, Éomer's sword just falls right out.
There's a Lord of the Rings scene. Yeah, when the hobbits are leaving the Shire in Fellowship of the Ring and they're walking through the cornfield, you can see an airplane in the sky.
Oh, really?
Too. Yes, you can literally see an airplane with a vapor trail behind it.
That's
I feel
funny.
like, didn't that happen in 300 too?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's
and
a
I'm
great
sure
movie.
now when they release like new copies, they probably edit that out in post production. But like if you have the original copies.
One of the funniest mistakes is in Star Wars: A New Hope, where that stormtrooper smacks his head on the doorway.
That's a classic. Yeah. Yep.
There was one in Mandalorian, I think season 2. There was a cameraman's arm caught in the background.
Yep, I remember that.
Game of Thrones had a ton of those moments too, especially
From
the later
Starbucks cup.
seasons. Yeah, Starbucks got the water bottle. Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny.
The Starbucks cup was the best one though. Just Daenerys with the Starbucks cup right there. It was probably hers too.
No, wasn't it? No, wasn't it?
It was Sansa.
Sansa, yeah.
Yeah.
It was Sophie Turner.
Oh,
which Sophie Turner divorced
Joe Jonas.
Joe
yeah.
Jonas.
brother.
Yeah, saw that.
Yep.
Not really a surprise, but unfortunately,
was cramping my lifestyle, and I couldn't go out and party anymore.
Right.
Wow.
I had to be a stay-at-home wife with my kid.
You're literally married to
That
Joe Jonas.
privilege. That Joe Jonas cramps your style.
Yeah.
Right. So ridiculous.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Those are, I mean, they're good, and I watched them a ton as a kid, but there's another
We
one
watched
I haven't really watched.
The first and the
in a
third a
while.
lot when we were kids. Constantly.
I don't
Mostly
rewatch.
because we
them.
didn't
The
have a
old-
copy of the second.
Right. I was gonna say the only reason we didn't watch the second as much is we didn't have it.
Yeah. But then we did get it
Yeah.
eventually, and it's not as good as the other ones.
Not as good, but still good.
The first one's
After
a
we
classic.
saw Jurassic Park live with the
orchestra, live orchestra, yeah.
we watched the second and the third and Jurassic World, but
Yeah.
that's it. After that,
Iron Man. I mean,
Iron Man.
I'll still go back and watch that one.
I used to watch those a
So
lot. I used
good.
to go back and watch those a lot more, but I haven't in a long time. So I'm just so
Makes you sad.
dead. Yeah, they dead named him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even just like all of the Marvel, like I'll start back at like the beginning, you know.
Yeah.
Always find it fun to just relive the glory days.
It's
Oh,
like
I
Game of
can't
Thrones though
wait.
at this point. It's like I can't, I just know what's
Right.
coming.
Well,
At
just
least
know
just
you end
The
after
Infinity
Endgame.
Saga did
Yeah,
end
that's-
nicely though.
No, I just end after Endgame.
Right.
And
No,
You
I
can watch No
can't-
Way
I
Home, too.
can't wait until my son is
Yeah.
old enough to start being able to watch all these movies with him and watch him experience them for the first time.
I can't wait to
ruined
watch.
his entire childhood.
I can't wait to
Yeah,
watch BTAS with my.
BTAS.
That's
yeah,
gonna
watch
be a
BTAS.
blast. BTAS, Superman, the animated series, Justice League, the animated series. Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. All the '90s
Yep.
cartoons, Spider-Man,
I think
VeggieTales.
we're about to start Bluey. I think my son's almost old enough to understand Bluey, and I'm kind of excited for it because everyone says it's amazing.
I've heard good
I don't
things.
even
yeah.
understand Bluey.
I've watched it.
It says Bluey. You are the star of that show.
you-
So.
I
You're
am
in it.
I am in fact the star of said show.
You're wearing a blue sweatshirt right now too.
That's funny.
It's the
Well,
original. Toby-
Switching-
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say a classic, The Sandlot. I watched that
Oh
a lot.
yes, we did used to watch that a lot. I forgot about that. I know I'm
I
missing
think
a bunch.
Y'all
of
must
movies
have
here.
gotten that after I went to college.
Yeah, it was like a weird
Maybe
copy.
burn
that
disc,
only had
probably.
it was like just the disc or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it might have been a pirated thing. Who knows? I don't know how we got it. It just showed up one day.
It
Showed up.
just showed up one day.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Maybe mom got it from a library sale.
Maybe.
Yeah, could be.
But that is my all-time favorite baseball movie
Baseball
and
movie.
definitely top 3 favorite movies.
I mean, there were other ones too. We watched like Rookie of the Year, Angels in the Outfield.
good.
Those were classics when we were kids.
They are.
Yeah.
The Sandlot just has so many quotable lines.
Yeah, and you can
I'm
relate to
toasted
it more.
hot.
I mean, you were a
What was that? I'm
kid. And
sweating like a toasted cheese out here. Yeah,
my
Killing
clothes
me,
are going out of
Smalls.
style. They already are.
there
Squid.
you are. Yeah. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. used to
Especially
watch
the
those a lot.
first and I feel like the first one we watched a lot because we owned it. The second
Yeah.
one we did watch a bunch, but we didn't get to watch it very often. The third one not so much, but the first two are amazing. But we
Yeah.
definitely watched that first one a lot. Got all
I
the
feel like I have a greater appreciation for the second now
Yeah.
than I used to as a kid.
It's such a good movie.
You know, someone made a insightful comment, I thought, about No Way Home, and I was like, "Oh man, you're right." There was, while it was good, really good the first time through. Number one, it didn't it weirdly didn't fundamentally change much about the MCU outside of nobody really knowing, Spider-Man anymore. But also, it's not as good on rewatches as it was that first time through.
I watched it 3 times and I actually still enjoyed it. But
I mean, yes, it's good, but again, it was totally carried by the
exactly,
cameos.
I only liked it because of the three of them being together.
Yes.
And I did like Goblin as the villain. I thought he was a great
It
villain.
was fitting.
Yeah, back
Yeah.
to the OG.
Well, and now they're getting rid of. Is there any word? Is Tom Holland out as Spider-Man? Is that like? For
It's
real,
a
for
rumor
real?
right now, but I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna happen.
Which is so stupid because you finally set up Spider-Man.
That's the thing, Zach. They're being reactive, not proactive here. They're trying to react to everything, and they're for sure gonna reboot pretty quick here.
That is so dumb.
They're almost certainly getting rid of Kang now because of what's happening
Yep.
with Jonathan Majors.
Mhm.
They're rewriting Kang Dynasty and creating something else entirely.
And it's going to be Doctor Doom is now the big bad.
Right. So, yeah, everything is changing.
You could just recast Kang. Gosh.
No, I'm fine with it. Screw him. He's the worst villain you possibly could have picked.
Can you imagine if they gender swapped him?
Yeah.
Just made Sylvie him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just scrap it all because Pedro Pascal is not going to be a good Mr. Fantastic. I'm sorry. I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're still going to have him play it anyways, even if they reboot. But the way they introduced the X-Men was terrible in the Marvels. So it's just, yeah, time to reboot and start with the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and then Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America. Recast everybody. Bring them in. So, it's most certainly going to happen, though. They're
That
losing
sucks.
too much.
I liked Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I thought he was a good mix. Tobey Maguire was obviously the best Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man. Tom Holland was a very good blend of the two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of Disney, all the classic Disney movies, obviously, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King.
Not Beauty and the Beast for me. I literally watched it two or three times in my childhood. I was petrified of the Beast.
Oh, we watched it a lot. That was one of the most watched Disney movies, probably.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
I liked Aladdin a lot.
Fox and the Hound was
Fox
one
and
of
the
my
Hound,
favorites.
Robin Hood.
That was a good one.
Yep, Robin Hood was good.
Then you got all the Pixar movies. I personally we watched Toy Story 1 and 2 probably the most, I think.
Yeah.
And A Bug's Life.
Cars. Watch Cars a lot.
We did watch Cars, Incredibles. But I feel like Toy Story we
Love The
watched
Incredibles.
the most. And those are just great movies in and of themselves.
Oh yeah.
Even Toy Story 3.
Yeah, I grew up on Toy Story 1 and 2. I watched those movies probably every day for like 2 years of my life.
No, Nick made me watch, Lauren and I watch Lion King literally every day one summer. That was Nick's favorite movie for a long time.
That's a good one.
It's a very good one. It's just that it's so funny. That's one of my core memories of childhood is that one summer we watched Lion King literally every day.
All the times we reenacted Scar
Oh my gosh.
throwing
yes.
Mufasa off the stairs.
We reenacted that. We also reenacted
King.
the death of Darth Maul too. I remember you and I did that a lot.
Yep.
With linking logs as lightsabers.
Yeah. Dude, the other
We
one
had to
I
patch
tried-
each other up a few times.
Yeah.
The other one I tried watching with Tristan the other day was Hercules.
Ooh,
'Cause,
that's
like,
a good one
his
too.
It is a good one, and like
I want to watch later in life though.
his two favorite movies right now are Moana and Encanto, and I think it's because I feel like Disney movies nowadays have a lot more songs, and so that's obviously more interesting for a kid his age.
Right.
So he loves those, but also I was like, Liz even was like, I really want him to like a movie with a male character, like a male lead.
Aladdin.
We've tried. I don't know if we've tried Aladdin. Maybe we'll try Aladdin, but we tried Hercules.
It's a good one because you got the genie in there.
Yeah,
Mm.
and I didn't realize like how scary Hercules could be considered
Yeah,
for
well,
a
with Hades.
2-year-old.
Yeah.
I was like, Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a little because like Tristan gets scared when they're on the boat when Moana takes the boat out into the water, and then there's the chicken starts freaking out because it's in the middle of the water and screaming. Like he starts screaming because the chicken's upset, so he's like, I need to be upset.
Oh man.
So like
he
even
definitely
when
needs a
Moana's
bigger-
dad yells at her on the beach, like when they're like, "Oh, there's no fish," and she's like, "Let's go out in the ocean," and he starts yelling at Moana, and like he just goes, which is his like, "I'm in trouble," and it's like you're not in trouble, buddy. She is.
Oh my gosh.
So
That's funny.
yeah.
Have you
But
seen?
yeah, so we
what-
scrapped Hercules after about half an hour. It's like, okay, this was not the right choice.
One that I actually thought was actually all right. I kind of liked it. And if you're looking for one with a male lead, is Coco.
Yeah,
Really?
I actually kind of like that
it was
one.
pretty good.
Like,
I don't
Coco.
think I've seen that one yet.
I don't remember how much singing's in it, but
That's
There
the
is singing.
one,
That's kind of a big part of it,
the
actually. The music.
Mexican Afterlife, right?
Yeah,
Hispanic Afterlife, yeah.
there's a lot of singing.
Okay, yeah, maybe
well,
we'll give
hey,
that
you
one a
can
try.
use it as a learning tool later in life. Be like, you know, we know what the afterlife really is. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah. So side note, we've talked about Christmas, like, because he is starting to. I mean, I don't think he'll really remember this Christmas. Obviously, I think he'll know enough to know that it's like a special, quote unquote, special time of year, right?
Yeah.
But he won't necessarily understand or retain Christmas.
Yeah.
But Liz doesn't want to do Santa Claus, and I'm kind of
No.
torn. Yeah, because like, okay, obviously we went through the phase of no Santa Claus, and I get it, right? Like,
I
Santa
never
Claus
did.
is not the reason for Christmas.
Mom
but,
still
like,
tries to tell me Santa's real. So
Yeah, I know. It's so funny. We literally went
because
through
he
a
is
stage-
obviously. So
Yeah,
Obviously.
we literally
It's
went through a
okay
stage for
to
like
still believe.
5 years.
Is
Where
it?
it was like
Is it,
no
Nick?
Santa Claus. And then she completely did a 180, and it's like, oh, how'd your stockings get filled? It must be Santa Claus.
my
It's like,
gosh.
it's you, Mom.
make
I
a
know it's
yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's true.
You're the
right.
Tooth Fairy. You're Santa Claus.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I don't really feel strongly either way because obviously you just use Santa Claus as a tool to point to Christ. I feel like.
Yes, but I also
Um,
think it's good for your imagination too. Like
Yeah,
to
that's
develop
fair.
a good imagination, you got to believe in those types of things, and eventually you learn that it's not real, but you still have an imagination. You know, I think it's important for kids to have imaginations and not just know everything. You know.
Yeah.
you know what I just realized? They
Hmm.
they gender swapped the Tooth Fairy from a woman to a man with the Santa Claus movie. Because the traditional Tooth Fairy is like a woman, right? But they made him a man in Santa Claus.
I don't remember the Tooth Fairy.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
Tooth Fairy's in that?
I guess I've never really put
Yeah.
much thought into that. I feel
think
like
the
the
second
Tooth
one.
Fairies
The
can't
second
be either.
Okay.
Tooth Fairy is gender fluid.
Right.
Oh, I do remember him now. Yeah. You're right.
So
Remember
if
the
y'all
hockey
watch,
movie, The Tooth
watch
Fairy?
that The Boys spinoff, whatever it's
No.
called again, I forget.
Gen V.
Yeah, Gen V.
I
there
always
is
remember the
a-
name, man. You're the one who
There's
keeps talking
literally
about it.
a superhero who one of their powers is they can swap between a male and a female body. Like literally, like 1 second they'll be a male body, and then the next second they'll be a female body. I'm like, oh, what's this a message for? But it
Yeah.
somewhat makes sense because it's a superpower. So I'm like, okay, again, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
hmm
Anyways, back to most watched movies.
Right.
Princess
For the
Bride.
first time.
Princess Bride.
Oh, Princess Bride, 100%.
One of the most quotable movies of all time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right up there with Monty Python too, which I would also loop in here.
Oh, Monty Python.
Monty
is
Python,
totally
The
on
Holy
my
Grail,
list.
two of the funniest, most quotable movies, and we
Yep.
watched those a lot. I can't believe we were able to watch Monty Python though when we were kids.
Yeah, it's pretty inappropriate.
Yeah, and it's just very British humor. It's like it's not. It's
Mhm.
very. It's blunt. So
Yep.
that was kind of interesting. But hey, I'm glad we did. Yeah. But Princess Bride, great kids movie. but just yeah, it's fantastic. One of the greatest love stories in cinema. So good. Yeah. Indiana Jones trilogy, original trilogy, the only real Indiana Jones movies.
Mom would never let me watch Temple of Doom.
Oh yeah.
Oh, because of the voodoo.
All the voodoo.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we watched that the least.
And she's like half
but-
naked at the end, so.
Yeah, but the first and the third are fantastic. They're the better movies, anyways.
Right.
You don't really need to watch the second one because it's a prequel.
Yeah.
So,
What?
this third, yeah, it's a prequel. The third is technically the real sequel to the first one.
Yeah.
So
I had no idea.
I didn't learn that till recently too. So
Wow. How do
So
you
you know
know
the
it's a
scene?
prequel,
Which
though?
is it in the
I don't.
first one or the third one where he's chasing the assassin through the market?
That's the first one
That's the first.
where he
Okay,
pulls out
so
his
you
gun.
know-
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know that was because Harrison Ford was like deathly ill. It was supposed to be like
Yes.
an epic.
Zach,
sword
you're
fight.
pulling an Aragorn
Zach-
moment here.
Yeah, that's an Aragorn broken foot moment.
No, okay. Sorry.
No, you're right though. Yeah, that is a great accident that made cinema history. So
Right.
Yep.
It's like, what is the other one where? Oh, the Three Musketeers. That's on my list for sure.
I put that on there too. Yeah, the Disney one. The
Right. Yeah.
with Charlie
Athos,
Sheen
Porthos,
and
Aramis, Charlie Sheen,
Kiefer Sutherland and
Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, because the
Porthos,
whole
I forget his
Indiana
name, but-
Jones scene reminds me of that, where Porthos is like "Hee-yah," and then
Yeah.
just like flings and ticks the rope and drops the dude into the cargo hold.
Yep.
Yeah.
We never understood that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was we watched that a lot too actually.
I love that movie.
That is
It's such. A
I watched that
classic.
this year actually. I rewatched it this year.
Nice.
It's a good one. Of course, Tim what's his face?
Oh yeah, not Tim Burton.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Why am I forgetting his name?
Great villain.
One of the greatest evil character actors of all time. Probably
Mhm.
the best. He's just Tim Curry. He's great.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
great at
Terry,
playing
yeah.
villains. He's perfect.
Yep.
He was born
Yeah.
for that.
Yep.
And
Probably a really
the guy
nice
who
guy.
played the sheriff type dude, the guy with the all in black, he died this year.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always wanted to be a
Great one. Of
musketeer
course,
after
we got-
seeing that movie.
Robin Nipple, Bat Nipples, Robin, that dude. He was D'Artagnan.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. He played Robin in Batman and Robin
Huh. I didn't know that.
and Batman Forever. Yeah, so that's a good one. The Bourne trilogy, Jason Bourne movies.
Yep.
We watch those
Used
a
to watch
lot.
those all the time.
Mission Impossible, kind of in the same vein.
Yeah.
The Patriot, one of my favorite movies of all time.
That's a 4th of July movie tradition. for
Oh
sure.
yeah. We used to watch that a lot.
Dude, we watched
we had
that
the
at
VHS.
Thanksgiving last year, didn't we? No.
No, you didn't watch movies with
Christmas
us,
the year
Zach. You went to
before.
bed every night.
Hey, I worked 13 hours today, so that should tell you what my normal work day's like.
Yep, I know. I'm just teasing you.
No, we
so
watched it
in-
the Christmas before. Last
Yeah.
year.
Yes, you're right. We did.
And Lauren Elizabeth was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so fun."
It's so
wait, the
bloody.
Patriot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gracie like bawled. She's like, "Why do you like this movie? I love this movie." I was also crying, but it was a different type of crying.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Meanwhile,
For
Liz
freedom
is like,
crying.
This is,
Yeah.
This is really
I was
violent,
freedom.
but it's
Tears
so
of freedom.
good.
Cheers.
Yes. What'd you say, Zach?
An eagle.
I said,
Sorry.
Liz is like, okay, yeah, this is super violent, Zach, but it's so good. I can't believe I've never seen this movie.
I mean, yeah, it's like one of the best I mean, yeah, the name says it all. The
Mhm.
Patriot.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely not on the same level as that movie, but Independence Day, I feel like we've watched. a few
Oh
times.
yeah, we used to watch that
Independence
one all the
Day.
time.
You could say Last of the Mohicans, but I didn't really like
Yep.
that movie, but we did watch it a
Oh.
lot.
Yeah.
That one's so good.
Good soundtrack. One of the greatest soundtracks there
Yes.
ever.
100%.
yeah.
And I will say the ending of that movie is amazing.
Yeah.
Talk about like a manly character. That
Uh-huh.
is Scout. He's a great character. Well, his name's Scout in the book. I guess they didn't call him Scout in the.
I forget what Daniel Day-Lewis's character's name was.
He was technically supposed to be Scout, but I don't
Yeah.
remember. I read the book actually more recently than the movies, so I knew that more. But Ocean's 11 through 13.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Classics.
At one
Not
point, they were
Ocean's
my
8.
favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. The Italian Job.
Italian Job.
Yeah,
Another
I
that
good
was-
one.
watched that one
good.
a lot.
Sherlock Holmes 1 and 2. I'm just gonna spitball these. Sherlock Holmes movies, Robert Downey Jr. The Dark Knight series, great
Mhm.
movies. Men in Black, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, I didn't really watch those.
I watched those a lot in high school and college. But
Yeah,
I
I didn't-
love that movie.
They're good, but I didn't rewatch them a whole lot.
And then the rest are kind of more recent for me. Secret Life of Walter Mitty, I used to watch a lot. Fantastic Mr. Fox, of
movie.
course.
Real.
Oh yes,
and
such a great one.
Great movie. Grand Budapest
That is
Hotel.
so good.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Good one.
Another
Yep.
one I watched a lot.
Magnificent Seven.
Magnificent Seven. That's a good one. I don't watch that a ton, but that is a good one.
I love watching that movie.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is a more recent one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
And then one that you probably wouldn't expect, but I watch this every single Christmas, is Tron Legacy. I watch that
Really?
every single Christmas. I don't know
Oh, man.
why,
That
I
was-
just do.
That was on the same level as Pacific Rim. For
It
me.
is. It's
I
a
won't-
crappy, it's a
I
terrible
won't-
movie,
Yeah.
But
Oh
it-
yeah.
but I love it for some reason. So, and
It's
Daft,
also a great soundtrack.
yeah, Daft Punk's the soundtrack. So, yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm sure I'm missing a ton, but those were some of the highlights there.
Also, sorry, going back, Three Musketeers, the D'Artagnan guy you were talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he's Oliver Queen in.
Nope, not the
Oh,
same
not
guy.
him?
They look very similar though.
Oh no, he's the guy from the Crime Show. Gosh.
Yes, NCIS Los Angeles.
NCIS. Yes, Yep. Yeah, they do
Oh.
so similar.
Yep.
Yep. And no, he's
Mhm.
yeah. What's this? No,
Yeah, those guys could be brothers.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any that I rewatch a lot.
yeah. Chris O'Donnell is the guy from Three Musketeers, and then Arrow is Stephen Amell. Yeah, they do look
Yeah.
very similar.
I love Stephen Amell.
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna throw one in there that I forgot about. Shawshank Redemption. I love that movie.
I've seen it once, but it is a fantastic movie. I watched it this year, so
Apparently, I really need to watch 8 Mile. I've never seen that one.
I've never
It's,
seen
uh,
it either.
It's Eminem. It's the story of.
Yeah.
It's literally like the story of Eminem's early career,
Oh,
and it's got Falcon in it.
Anthony Mackie
Yeah.
before he was an SJW.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it
You
is
need to
Eminem.
do better, Senator.
Yeah, you need to do better, Senator. Yep. One of the classic moments from Phase Horror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any other ones before we wrap up?
No,
Matrix.
that's it.
The Matrix. Yep.
Oh yeah.
We weren't allowed to watch it when we were super young, but more in our high school days, we used to watch it a lot.
Mm.
That is a classic too, just in cinema.
Yeah.
So, yep. Alrighty.
Ooh.
Well, with that, we'll actually have a real ending tonight because last week we didn't. We might play Remnant 2. I don't know if Tyler's up for it, but we'll see. But yeah, so we'll probably just start another stream if we do. But yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. We are having a very special episode next week. It is the 2023 Game Awards on Thursday, December 7th. So we're back to Thursday next week. I'm not sure who here will be on, but we will have some special guests. So stay tuned for that. So we'll have 3.
Oh, you're
guests,
gonna do
actually.
we're gonna do a live reaction or whatever.
Yep. So Game Awards start
Nice.
at 6:30. They go to 10. So people are welcome to come
Oh,
in whenever they
gosh.
want and leave whenever they want. But yeah, so we will be covering it all. So tune in for that next
Cool.
Thursday at 6:30 probably. So. But yeah,
Alright.
with that,
Awesome.
check out our Discord server and all the socials. You'll see them in the description below. And subscribe on YouTube here. Give us a like, some comments. I'm bad at responding, but I eventually respond. We had a few comments. So thank you for those who have commented. And with that, we will catch you guys next time. Peace.
All right. See you guys later.
See ya.